I never expected I'd die on top of a mountain. However, it's 2020 and anything is possible. 2020, the year of the staycation. My best friend Lydia and I had climbed Snowdon last year, and since then, we'd both developed a small obsession with climbing British mountains in appalling weather. So naturally, Scotland's Ben Nevis was next on our list, and not even COVID could get in the way of our plans.
It's Wednesday, the 7th of October. Top story for you this morning. Scotland's First Minister, Nicola Sturgeon, is to announce new measures to try to control the growing number of coronavirus cases.
Luckily, our trip up to Ben Nevis was completely unaffected by Scotland's sudden lockdown, and we were soon driving through the Scottish Highlands up to Fort William, with a car full of beer and energy gels, dreaming of the summit. We arrived at our pod, with just enough daylight left to see a weather-beaten Ben Nevis towering over us in a flurry of angry clouds.
I'm a little bit nervous because there's suddenly been lots of snow on the top of the mountain. And from the experience of last time when we did Snowdon, we were longing for crampons.
I'm feeling very confident because exactly the same thing happened when we went to Snowdon last year. We were completely unprepared as we are now, but we still made it to the top, no problem. Crampons, who needs them when you've got toenails like mine? Okay, so it's 7:10 a.m. and we will be making our ascent up 1,324 metres in about half an hour. And in no time at all, the sun had risen and we were already making our way up the mountain. Lydia and I have started our ascent up Ben Nevis. A bit breathy, but feeling very enthusiastic and positive, and looking at all the dead fern around me and thinking, wow, feels good to be alive. Unlike Snowdon, Ben Nevis only really has one official path up to the summit, the mountain track, which maintains quite a steady gradient the whole way up and requires no scrambling, just one hell of a lot of zigzagging. The weather soon started to turn, and we were suddenly immersed in a thick mountain fog, which meant we were close to the top. So, we've just heard from a good authority, a man walking down, that we have another hour and a half. An hour and a half left.
We can do it. I thought we were more like 20 minutes, but we
got this.
Despite our energy levels beginning to dip, and the realisation that the weather was only going to get worse, we pushed on, with the wind howling in our ears like white noise. Before hiking the mountain, Lydia had read me an article about how the remains of a piano had been found at the top of Ben Nevis, which belonged to a man who 50 years ago had hiked up with the instrument strapped to his back. Suddenly, the weight in our legs felt trivial in comparison, and we were re-energised in our final push to the summit. We carried our euphoria all the way back down the mountain, where we cracked open a beer and shared some final thoughts on our adventure.
I'm quite aware of
how much older I feel, in terms of I feel like my body belongs to an 80-year-old woman.
It really took it out of me. My knees are sore, my legs are sore, I can't bend down, I can't get back up again. I'm not feeling great, but actually, mentally, I feel like I have overcome a big challenge, and I feel very happy about that.